The manager was like, "Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you for since August 4th." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Well, I came in August 4th and your unit was wide open." So we are on our way to my brother-in-law's house. We stopped at Food Lion. I don't know where we're getting at food. I don't know what they're getting at Food Lion, but we stopped at Food Lion, and we had to take two separate cars because my daughter's car is not big enough to have all of us in the car at once. And then you, me, Lexi, and AJ are pretty big folk, so cramming into that back seat is was not conducive to comfortability. So we had to take a separate car, which is fine. It's cool because it's an outing, so like we get to go out and not be in the house and stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm a little hungry and a little hangry, but it's gonna be a good day. My brother-in-law lives in a quiet neighborhood, somewhere near Raleigh, somewhere, but I don't know where. I don't know exactly what town this is, but so the food. This is what we're eating. Some fried chicken, some baked chicken, some salad, Spanish rice. There's just a lot of people in there. I'd rather come out here and eat comfortable.
So hello. I'm a mess. I had the windows open, my hair's all over the place. We're in Goldsboro doing some, much needed stuff. But just decided to drive by the house where we used to live.
Show the house.
And I will turn you guys around so you can see.
That was our house.
And I'm gonna put it back. It's all white.
Ah.
Nice.
But that was our house.
That was our house. This was our street. I miss it.
Yeah, I do miss it.
It was so quiet.
It was very quiet.
Everybody was to themselves. Nobody was in nobody's business. It was just, it was perfect for us.
It was.
It was just perfect for us.
I mean, don't get us wrong. Like, we outgrew the house. Like, at some point, we were, even before we moved to Florida, we were talking about, like, we might have to buy a bigger house because, like, one of the bedrooms was shut down because it was an office and stuff like that. So, like, we had, like, crafting stuff all over the place. So it wasn't like we were going to be there forever. But, we miss it now because we're homeless. So, like...
And that was home.
And I was home,
For years.
So...
And it was comfortable. Again, to say the least, just nothing more. It was comfortable.
It was comfortable.
My grandson had his own room in the house. Like, it was comfortable.
We made it ours. Like, and I think it means more to us because we bought it as a fixer-upper. Mm-hmm. So, like, that house, by the time we sold it, by the time we that final paperwork was done that we sold it, like, that house was in much better shape than when we bought it. Like, I wish we had pictures and videos
I have a few.
of when we bought that house, but it was.
I have a few that you can show, like
You
when we
do?
took out the stove,
Oh, okay,
the
yeah.
old stove. Like it was weird. I've never seen a stove like that in my life. It was like I don't know. I can't even explain it, guys. I just
I
can't
know when
explain it.
Lexi walked in, when you walked into the carport door, the first thing you saw was
Was
the
this
stove.
stove?
And when she saw it, her exact words were, "Oh hell no." She was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not cooking on this thing."
I was
Like
like,
it was weird. Like we had never saw a stove like that. And just to describe it, I'm gonna say that the oven
it's on the top.
was on top,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a dual open door like that type
Mm-hmm.
thing, and then the burners were a drawer. So you
You
pulled the
pulled the
burners
drawer out.
out.
Yeah.
You pulled the drawer out, and there was the four burners.
Yeah, it was. I never in my life seen something like that. Like I was taken aback. I was like,
And
what is this?
apparently, like in the '60s when the house was built, that stove was like the hottest thing. Like
Yeah,
apparently,
like
like
that was what you wanted.
that was the newest. That was the newest. Hottest thing was this type of stove. And for, if I'm not mistaken, it was a Kenmore.
I think it was in my
If I'm
head.
not mistaken, so it was weird. But
Yeah, it was.
we might have a picture. We'll show you. I'll put it up when I go to edit this video. But like it was.
Yeah, I have a picture of the stove, and then I have a picture of like the rooms once they got done, like the floors and all the stuff that we did to
But
it.
we bought a water heater and relocated it. We put down flooring. We painted.
We painted. Hmm.
We like when I say we
Yeah, the
painted.
entire house.
Um, we cut. What else did we do inside? We painted. We put in a new fridge,
We ended up putting in a new AC unit,
a new
brand new
AC
AC
unit. It
unit.
got a new roof, sliding back door. Uh,
Yeah.
we updated the electricity
Hmm.
because when we bought it, the inspector was like, he told us, he said, "Hey man, like you guys still have a fuse panel. I don't know if you guys remember those, but an old fuse panel. You had to screw the fuses out."
Crazy.
And he was like, he's like, "That's not the issue." He said, "That's not that big of an issue." He said, "But the issue is that the makers of that fuse panel went out of business because their fuse panels
We're blowing up.
like blew up. Like there was a bunch of lawsuits for their fuse panels blowing up and catching fire and like causing like
Yeah.
catastrophic damage to the house and stuff." So that was on my mind the entire time we were there. I was like, "Oh my god," I was so afraid of that fuse panel. So finally we upgraded
The
it.
first time we had money, like we got money, we were like, yeah, that's the first thing that's going to get done, and that was the first thing we did. Like,
Was upgrade it to a breaker, a breaker box. But we did the roof, we did the breaker box, we replaced some outlets that were bad,
we did
and
plumbing
we did
to
plumbing
the master bath.
to the master bath. Yeah, like
We ripped out the floors in the guest bathroom, redid that.
yeah,
Like, yeah, we did a lot.
we did a lot. So that house was in.
5 years, we did a lot in there.
Then that was just the inside. Like the outside, the backyard wasn't like it wasn't open. Like there were overgrown bushes. There were overgrown bushes like all over the backyard.
Like, you couldn't even see the actual backyard because the bushes were just like all over the place.
So I paid somebody to cut those down. There were bushes when we bought the house. There were literal bushes, huge ass bushes, all the way around the house. There were bushes. We cut those down. We put a flower bed in, or we attempted to. We never did much with it. Well, like we prepared it for a flower bed, but then we never did anything. So yeah, like we did a lot to that house. So I think that's why it's more sentimental to us
Yeah.
than anything, because like we put our blood, sweat, and tears
A lot of it.
into that house.
We bought the house in May we didn't move in until June, because before we moved in, we were coming to the house every single day to paint.
Rip the carpet out,
Rip the
put the
carpet
floors in.
out. They put the floors in at that time. We didn't do the actual floors ourselves. We had somebody do that. But like we were painting, so we had to make sure that we painted everything before we can get them to put the floors down, because then it would make no sense. So we ended up painting the entire house, which was 1,400 square feet.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms,
Living room,
dining room, kitchen.
by ourselves.
By ourselves.
And
yeah.
that shit was crazy.
We were in there every day.
Every day.
I was off Thursdays. So on Thursdays I was in there by myself. And then I worked Saturdays, and Lexi was off Saturdays. So on Saturdays she was in there by herself. And then we would be in there until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And then
every day after work.
Every day after work. And then I remember the night we slept there for the first time. We slept on the floor. Just some blankets on the floor. And we slept on the floor in the dining room. Well, in what we turned into the living room.
We turned into a living room. It was supposed to be the dining room. But yeah. So we're going to our storage unit to try to get some things that we need and see how we can arrange it so that we might be getting rid of some things and trying to sell some stuff and get it, because we're paying for storage and the stuff has just been sitting there for over a year and a half. So at this point,
and we don't have money to keep paying for storage.
You would have to keep paying monthly for the storage, and it's just, we're not capable of maintaining it. So we figure our way to get what's important to us, especially first. Once we get that stuff, then, we'll start separating and see how we can.
¡Ay, sabroso! Dale tumbao, Tony!
I didn't remember the codes to get into our storage unit. I just remembered the number of the storage unit. So I didn't remember the code. And when I walked in, the manager was like, "Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you since August 4th. I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Well, I came in August 4th and your unit was wide open." So this is our unit here. This is all our stuff. So she was like, "Your unit didn't have a lock on it, and it was wide open." I'm like, "We were here. We came sometime in July, or something like that. We came, and we had put a brand new lock on it, but it was like something we bought from like Lowe's. Like we went to Lowe's to go buy the lock. It was like a regular padlock, but I guess it was easy for somebody to cut, and somebody cut it." And she was like, "I don't know, like you might want to." So, I mean, she said it didn't look like anybody was came, pulling stuff out, but like, I mean, it doesn't look like it. Like as you can see, like it's full to the door, like of stuff. Like literally, you'd have to pull all this stuff out. But I was like, wow. So somebody cut our lock, and so I was afraid they were gonna take my leather jacket, and it was sitting. It's a real leather jacket, and it was sitting right up front. Like it was one of the last things I just threw in there. I was like, "I'm going to Florida. I don't need this," and but my leather jacket was still there. So we're gonna go through. I mean, like I said, they would have literally had to pull shit out of here to get anything, and it doesn't look like anything's been taken, but. Yeah. So that's what we walked into. And they gave us another lock. I was like, "I don't have money to buy a lock." She was like, "No, we're going to give it to you because," and I was like, "All right, cool." Like, because, yeah. Fucking thieves.
¡Ay, qué rico, rico! ¡Camina! ¿Cómo dice mi coro ahí? Ah, juega bonito, juega con el tumbao.
See all this shit we got in the back? we have to make another trip. There's some very important stuff that we couldn't take, like some more photos and some clothes, some more clothes and stuff that we couldn't take. But we got some more crafting stuff, some more crafting supplies. Well, we made it back. Grab the glasses. Made it back. Go sit on my ass for a few minutes and then come unload this damn car. I didn't realize how sore I was until just now. Military's out and about. I can't see. Can y'all see? That looks like a Black Hawk. All right. Put y'all down, because I'm tired and there's music playing.